Jesus.
Portuguese
Wait a
Jews?
minute, wait. Jesus didn't
Hang on.
exist.
Is this
This is
guy? Is it Willie
white
Green
dude. I
now?
like the white
No,
dude.
it's not Willie. Hey, go ahead.
Hey, it's Robert Schimmel.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, you gonna be funny?
It's not. Go ahead.
Am I gonna be funny?
Sounds like Robert.
Is it? Oh, is it actually Robert?
You know what? I think it sounds like I'm gonna have more fun on Ethan Ullman's show later tonight than you guys.
I got to tell you, I didn't think you were going to be calling me right now.
Jay, why wouldn't I call you if he asked me to?
Well, no, because I thought we were talking about it. We said that we weren't going to call. We were going to wait, but so we didn't tell everybody.
We said we were gonna not talk about that.
Oh, and we
Oh.
don't have to talk about that. We could talk about other stuff. So we have Robert Schimmel on the phone, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome.
Mr. Schimmel. How are you?
So we have tonight. We have another stand-up comic who's sitting in on the show with us. So so what's going on, Robert? What are you up to?
What's going on? Well, I guess you're the first to hear this, because there's real mayhem going on here. You know, I met my first wife here in Phoenix. I'm in Phoenix right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got married, and then we got, and it didn't work out, and then we got it annulled, then we got divorced, and then we started seeing each other again, and then she got pregnant, and then she said, what are we going to do? And I really didn't want to tell her to get an abortion, so I had my brother call, and she didn't do it, so we got married again. Then I left her for this other girl, and then I'm going through divorce with the other girl. I just found out 10 minutes ago that the other girl is moving to Phoenix with my two kids.
Oh.
And her parents live 3 blocks from my first ex-wife.
Oh.
She's going to be staying with her parents.
It sounds like a whole happy little community you're gonna have going on.
That sounds like a reality show in the making.
I hope you guys
Reality
don't all
show.
meet at
It's
the grocery
an
store.
unreality show. I was actually just seeing if I could get booked to if I could perform like in Baghdad.
Oh my God. I hear there's some hazard pay out there.
Which I got to tell you, I think you would have a better set in Baghdad than the set that we had when we were down in Philadelphia at Delilah's.
Hey, you know what? I was going to send Phil something. I hosted the Exotic Dancer Awards in Las Vegas at Mandalay Bay, and they have like best club, best lighting, best choreography, all that stuff. And the year that I did it, Delilah's won for best club on the East Coast.
Well, I don't know.
And I didn't know until the other day when I was looking at the cards, because they had best stripper name, and there was one called Mounds O'Plenty, Topsy Turvy. It's all these weird, like, big tit names. And
Who doesn't love
but yeah, Delilah's was the worst gig I ever had in my life.
Was that
and
not a nightmare?
literally, if I could have, I would have shot heroin right into my jugular vein and just OD'd myself on stage there.
It was a nightmare. It was, and I was trying to explain to people that it was so bad.
Nobody could get it if they weren't there like you and Phil. Nobody would believe it.
It was bad.
Even worse than performing for other comics?
First of all, the owner's a guy from Turkey that looks like the guy from Midnight Express.
Wow.
Yeah.
The guy that said, "The judge like you, Billy. He give you life." Yeah, he was like him. The stripper was giving I had a guy there that was trying to videotape me for posterity, and they said okay, and then the guy flies out from L.A., and then they tell him, "Yeah, we changed our mind 10 minutes ago."
Nice.
Yeah.
And then it's rigged. So they have a script. They have a script,
Yeah.
and I'm first of all, I'm supposed to be like the star there, and I don't have an ego, but the rest of the girls, they're just supporting a drug habit in there. So I got to watch their whole rehearsal all day, and then I get up to read they gave me a couple of cue cards, and literally I was reading a thing, and Jay saw it. As a matter of fact, I still have it here. I have the script.
Yeah.
It said, in the event of a tie, and 2 of the girls said a tie, and the girl who's the stripper, who's the PR person and managing this whole thing, is like, "No, I'm just saying, if there was a tie,
Yeah.
that there's going to be a dance off, and then whoever wins after we sell a lot more drinks and during the dance-off. And then they have a three-way tie. And there's only 4 acts.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the whole thing was set up. It was and this wasn't a little. What was it? It was a $10,000 prize, wasn't it?
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000. Good luck collecting from those people.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I believe it. And it was the whole set. It was the most unorganized thing I've ever in my life seen. It was just. It just.
No, I don't. Well, you know, I had cancer, so in my contract it says no smoking. I mean, before clubs didn't have the non-smoking rule. There was no smoking on the weekends that I performed at a club. People would go out in between. They would have a break in between the feature act and myself, so people can go out and grab a smoke. There was no smoking in the room, and they tell my manager, "Well, there's going to be smoking in the room, but we have smoke machines." Well, to me, when someone says there's smoking, but we have smoke machines, that means they smoke in the room.
They really did.
We were like we were on the set of The Incredible Shrinking Man. It looked like we were in a fog the whole time.
It was bad.
And they didn't want to hear me. I swear, and you know, this is not good to admit as a comic.
Yeah.
I didn't get one. I think the only laugh I got was from Jay because he couldn't believe it. I mean, I was up there. I said, "Does anybody have a gun? I'd like to kill myself." And they're just, the louder I talked, the louder they got. I mean, you go out there. They had some black girl that ran down the stairs, did a somersault, and jumped up and grabbed the pole with her thighs.
Yeah.
Which I can't. I fell on a bike once and landed.
Oh, you there?
Hey there.
We actually did not hang up on him. We lost him. Robert.
The Mexicans in
See,
Arizona.
they're gonna think they're gonna think we hung up on him. And for all you people, first of all, asking Robert Schimmel, if anybody knows anything, first of all, besides the fact that he's been on Stern countless times, hosted AVN Awards, 2 HBO specials, is one of the funniest stand-up comics out there. So it's like, for anyone who's disrespecting him, you have no idea what you're doing.
Oh.
He's one of the funniest stand-up comics out there. I don't
Comedy's
know.
hard to do.
Yeah, and I mean, people think that even doing this show or actually getting up and doing some stand-up comic is like is easy. It's such a difficult job that it's unbelievable how hard it is. Yeah, we lost you there.
Yeah, you know what? If I ever run into the guy that does the AT&T commercial, that he's standing under like a fucking Christmas tree blinking, I'm going to kick him in the balls because I am standing in the spot without a light blinking.
So what now? Right now, what exactly you got planned? I mean, I know what's going on with you.
Planned? I want to have everyone's memory erased that was at Delilah's that night.
That was bad. But
the louder I got, the louder they got, and then Danny Bonaducci jumps up on stage and says, "Hey, I don't think you know who's up here," and they didn't, and they meant him.
Danny Bonaducci.
They didn't give a shit about him. I went to the radio that morning. He said, "I want you on the show," and I knew I was in trouble when the first guy that comes out of the studio and says, "Oh man, how you doing, buddy?" and hugs me was David Cassidy, and he looked like my uncle. I mean, he's not, I haven't seen him in a long time. And I mean, the last time I saw him was on television. I don't know him. He doesn't look like the David Cassidy, And Danny Bonaducci is, I mean, he one-ups you on everything. I mean, if you say, "Yeah, my mom just died," yeah, well, my mom and dad died. My mom and dad and my uncle's going to go while we're talking.
Yeah, he's a one-up guy.
Oh, you hate those type of guys.
He said something to the effect that, he said, "I know you're in remission, and, you were, because of cancer," and he said, you're one of the funniest guys that I ever met, and if you don't make it, you were one of the funniest guys.
Nice.
Were.
Wow, that's nice.
That's love.
He's already talking to me. I mean, I've seen people talk in third person, but I've never seen someone talk to someone like they're in the past already.